Today I'm going to be talking about global public transportation with a global health perspective. In the United States, total greenhouse gas emissions by the economic sector have been reported that it's due to transportation for 28% of entire greenhouse gas emissions. 80% of those emissions are from the surface transportation system, which means the individual is causing these. For example, 20-mile solo commute by car, if switched to public transportation, can reduce the annual CO2 emissions by 20 pounds per day. That's 48,000 pounds in 1 year. In the developing world, public transportation is used highly, mainly because most residents can't afford cars. Repurposed school buses from the US are often used and called chicken buses in South America. Rural communities are often disproportionately affected by access to both public transportation as well as the emission offset that is increased in these rural spaces and causes increased health hazards. For example, in Shela, Guatemala, the furthest away community requires over an hour of transportation time on the chicken bus using these dirt roads and poor air quality conditions. The buses used in Shela, Guatemala are pre-1990 buses, which are frequently used as chicken buses and can emit up to 6 times more pollution than newer bus models. These buses emit high levels of nitrogen oxides, particulate matter, and other hazardous air pollutants. You can see that on this photo. Here are some examples of communities that have shifted to making big changes and represent Latin America's transition to economic as well as environmental friendly public transportation. First is Chile. They created the BIP card electric buses and Metro City in 2019. This is a cutting-edge green transit solution with 114 electric buses every year being introduced into the system, making it the largest pure electric bus fleet outside of China. Yucatan has 90% of its fleet with electric, hybrid, and Eurobuses that was introduced in 2021. This is a nearly 100% electric bus rapid transport system, with 616 new buses, as well as night bus hours implemented in 2024, and these buses charge within 90 minutes. And finally, Bogota. This is the largest bus system in Latin America. With the Transmilenio, it mobilizes over 4 million people per day, mainly from the lower strata of the population. This can equal up to 56,000 people in a one direction per hour transported. The strikes in Bogota have resulted in these changes, and there's a huge shift in traditional buses being renovated to newer quality buses between 1998 and 2014. This is an ongoing revolution. For the future, I foresee expansions to rural spaces in public transportation, creating a significant addition on both public transportation access as well as environmental improvement. Additionally, updating bus systems like the chicken bus to have engines that are more environmentally friendly, such as hybrid and electric models, as this can reduce emissions and the disproportionate health effects on marginalized communities. And finally, incorporating metro systems.